Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Ted, and we're going to play some D&D. So we're somewhere in the mid to high 20s, 27th session.
That's
yeah, this is kind of crazy. We usually don't have campaigns that last this long, but this is epic.
Scott says it's actually impossible.
He's witnessing.
I've been proven wrong.
Probably.
So let's get into it. Introduce yourself and who you're playing.
I'm Mark. I'm playing Taris. He's a fighter.
Elf Noble.
Elf Noble. High Elf. And I say Nerdarchy is awesome because it made this jabroni stick with the campaign.
Yeah.
Well said.
I'm Kurt. I'm playing Henri Jean-Jacques d'Andrenoir, but you may call me Lucky. He is a drow diplomat.
And I'll be playing Uthengard tonight of Clan Black Iron.
I'm guessing you know who he is, so.
Maybe. Nerdarchist Dave. Where are spiders? I am a fighter wizard with a soldier background, and yeah, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum and all out of bubblegum.
Exactly.
And I think we're going back to town now, so it's gonna be ugly.
I am Scott Garibay. I am playing the Eyeless Seer, an adventurer who has transformed himself from previously known Aeson Shardgale. He is assisted by Boken, who is a human female wizard, 6th level. And then also he has just made a simulacrum who will be adventuring with him, who is half made of ice and of course goes by the name Ison.
Oh, wait a minute. Do we have to call you Eyeless Seer now?
Indeed.
He's the adventurer formerly known as...
I am the Eyeless Seer.
That's Aeson. All right. Nathan Nerdarch here. I'm playing Arbalason Mir Dan. He's a high elf noble merchant. He's also a cleric, but you know, he's a node. He's a merchant first. Well, not anymore. He's more cleric, but.
I'm intern Kyle. I'm going to be playing Rogar Clethianthaler, the once warlock of the cult of Narkitis, now redeeming paladin of Adalin.
What is your last name? Holy crap.
It's out of the book. Don't blame me.
I'm David. I'm playing Thanos. He is a human druid with an urchin background.
Alrighty, and the mayor, who is played by Ryan, will be kind of lurking in the backgrounds until we get back to town anyway. So, alright, when we last left off, you had left the Kingdom City of Dralek by barge with the half-orc by the name of Proc. Many of you have actually met him before. He is a large and rotund half-orc, and he likes showing off his girth, especially when you're
To the ladies. Oh, no.
when you're out at sea. He actually had joined in on a performance playing that massive girth as a musical instrument, and actually did a fairly decent job of it. So when we left off, Gryphongaffe was in the distance, but you had not yet made it back to the city as of yet. So what are you guys doing?
Going to the city as of yet.
Well, apparently there was some discussing to be done.
Oh, you told me that Karak likes to gamble.
Yes.
Well, Lucky likes to gamble. So we should gamble.
I'm in.
Oh, yes. I think we should all gamble.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you can win.
My
versus
God
a
has
guy
something
who can
against
true
that.
sight everything.
I'm underage. That's illegal.
It's illegal.
Well, this campaign's been going on for a while. What age were you when you started?
He's probably 16 now.
13.
Oh, well, I rolled in, so you're probably about 16 now, so you're right. You're still not legal. But you were one badass 16-year-old.
But in those days and ages, he'd already be married off.
Yeah, in this day and age.
He's just been rambling. That's why he's not married yet.
So how are you going to broach the subject of gambling? You're like, we should gamble, or are you gonna...
So you told me that you won the ship in a gambling contest.
I played some cards, I had a couple lucky hands, and
So you like games of chance?
they usually go my way.
Well, it just so happens that I like games of chance. Perhaps what is your preferred entertainment?
I do prefer some cards.
Well, I happen to have a pack right here. since I do. Would you like some, can I say 3 Dragon Ante?
Yeah, it's a game in the book. so-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, are you up for a game of some 3 Dragon Ante?
Oh.
Or perhaps you have a
He asked if
different
he could say it, but he already
reference.
said it.
I know, like that.
But the magical power of editing, we could remove him saying that.
Yeah,
Can I say-
why would we do that? That's crazy.
So we could definitely get down with that. What were you looking at as stakes?
Well, whatever you are comfortable with. This
Well,
is, after all, your ship.
eye.
You should gamble Boken.
Well, no. In fact, I will be staking Boken. We would like to join your game. Ison, myself, and Boken, we each are bringing 100 gold.
gonna be
If
so
that's
weird.
rich enough for your pot.
It is a good beginning.
Indeed.
I'm just watching all this shaking my head. It's so weird. 2 of them. And what did he do to his face?
Is Ison playing Olsen?
Yes. Yes.
So,
I'll each give them 100 gold each.
so he comes and he puts his stack of coins
Lays his money down.
up on the table, and who's in?
You're all invited.
I prefer games of skill over games of chance.
Oh, but sir.
I get up and walk away.
Done
I'm gonna go
correctly, this is
practice.
a game of skill.
Now, is there like a minimum buy-in on this? Because Rogar only tells the truth, so I'm not going to be winning much.
You'll be a
poker.
fantastic player. The
I'm
favorite
just
con.
watching.
Well, it looks like the buy is
100 gold. Yeah.
So
How much do I have? You never told me.
What level warlock are you?
5th.
Oh, you don't have Devil's Own luck yet.
I think it's the beginning.
Is it? Nah, I thought it was like this middle, like 6th level.
Oh, I think I have like Dark One's luck or something like that. Dark One. Oh. Either way.
Either way.
Either way,
if
you don't have
if
it.
you want in, yeah, the coin.
Sure, for comedy's sake.
Let's check.
All right. So
I'm not interested. I will just watch.
So,
As a dragon, I'm curious. I've never heard of this 3 Dragon Ante.
well,
Do I get an extra dragon for being one?
Barack, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, and then Henri explains the rules of the game.
Okay.
And we can take you through a couple of practice hands, because it'd be cruel to take advantage of you.
all right. He does give you some things here and there. Do you want to make an insight check?
Sure. I'll make an insight check. 30.
30.
Well, you're plus 12 and you're rolling 18, so
Wow.
there
all
are
right.
some things that Andre does very, very well.
Okay.
Doing
All right,
damage,
well,
not so much.
Well, he's inserting things that are you're gathering that what he's saying is trying to pad out what you're saying to dilute his knowledge of the rules.
Oh, he's
He's cheating.
He's not
cheating. He's starting off by being dishonest.
He-
trying to make it harder for him to win?
Harder to learn the
harder
rules.
to learn the rules of the game.
Interesting.
All right. Well, what would it be? Henri will. Henri likes an honest beginning to a game.
He didn't lie. He just threw in extra fluff and some
Trying to
crazy,
confuse him, so-
crazy
It's like
examples.
quantum physics in like 3rd grade science.
Oh yeah.
So what would it be to try to
If you want to mitigate it,
mitigate it? Yes,
then you would just re-explain.
I will attempt to mitigate it so that make it crystal clear with him, so that we start with a level playing field. Well, as level as we can, with 2 card charts and 3 neophytes,
Exactly. Yes.
3.5.
He's probably gonna let the Taroko deck.
Right,
play
let
for
us
him.
not confuse the poor lad. Let us start with as level a playing field as we can.
That's fine. I just was trying to elevate him to our level.
But these things take time.
So he asked to shuffle and deal.
But of course,
So he takes a look at it.
now it's a legit card deck.
No,
It's
nothing.
not a trick
No
deck.
trick to it.
It is a completely legal. In fact, it's still in the little plastic wrapper.
He just carries around the packages and packages of car
I
seats.
rewrap it every time I. Okay.
So he goes, and it's clear that he's got,
Legit.
despite being
And I'm
large,
watching very, very carefully.
he actually does it right out there in front. Doesn't seem to be anything, shady or untoward in his shuffling, but he definitely has an expert hand at shuffling and moving. So the size belies his skill.
Okay.
And so
Interesting that he's showing his hand already. Okay. As it were.
Anybody
So-
else thinking he's hiding cards in the rolls of fat?
But I'm watching him very carefully.
well, he's certainly not hiding anything up his sleeve. I'll tell you that.
His sleeveless sleeves.
Well, he's got a vest on, but it does this, so his girth is sitting out there. So I don't. Do we just do roll-offs for this? I don't think there's really
I
anything.
think you guys should really play cards.
Well, if I knew actually how to play the cards and had a deck, then we could do that. But that would be the entire night. So
Right.
I don't. How do you want to do this?
So I think it'd be just best done as roll-offs. It is a skill, is it not? You get proficiencies in it.
Yes. Well, I don't know what skill you would use. He would certainly use charisma to bluff and charm and fake people out.
I would like to roll at disadvantage because honesty is one of my tenets of faith that he doesn't quite get
Oh,
the
wow.
point of a bluff in this game, so he's just like, oh, I have good cards.
What do you think? What do you think about rolling 3d10s and pairs and 3 runs and just like kind of using a d10 in simulation of a card if you get 3 of
We
them?
should use 5 then if you're going to use 3.
Well, it's only a 3-card game.
It's a 3-card game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah,
I don't know. Just like a
That's
couple rounds of
interesting.
it, that could kind of.
I'm in. Yeah, that
All right.
sounds good to me.
All right.
So what's the rules for Dragon Ante?
So it has dragons,
Last man
special
standing.
flights, dragon gods,
Okay.
undead dragon, and mortals.
I think it should just be this is a segue. This is one of those.
Minigames.
Yes.
Well, we could do a mini game, or we can do like in the movies where it's sort of a
Montage.
montage.
all right. So I figured we're gonna do 3 hands.
Sure.
Do you by chance have expertise in this particular thing?
Why, yes, I do.
Okay, so you can do what I'm doing. I'm going to roll a 4th die and pick the best 3.
Fair enough.
How many
That's a
reroll?
good way to do expertise. Yeah.
How many reroll?
3.
3, so for me it'd be 2. Because, like I said, I'm not very acclimated.
So
to this
we're going to do three hands and
want me to
best
roll?
out.
Roll
Yeah, but that
3d10.
doesn't reflect your hand.
Oh,
That that only reflects your ability to play your hand.
You could roll 4
Maybe-
and pick the worst 3. Is that a...
Oh, for disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll for.
Are we doing?
you want
like,
to roll for
Definitely,
Isaac?
that's very good.
Oh, yeah.
So are we just telling it up, or are we
My 2 cents.
trying to make it more fancy than that?
So
then
I would say we'll tally, but then matches get you extra points.
And how many rounds of this are we playing?
3.
3.
Okay. I'm gonna
I
play
just happen to
the
have 3 lucky points. So.
the ice sky and the
I'll have
the
5
Vulcan.
dice.
Thank you. Ison and Boken.
Ison and Vulcan.
Oh, I'll play Boken.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
I got my. Actually, I have my own. Let's,
Yeah, so you got it.
Okay.
All right.
So you'll play Vulcan.
So this
I'll
is
play
for the Eyeless Seer. Ooh, the Eyeless Seer has no pairs.
So you've got to tell him to roll, and then he'll go.
20,
Okay.
20
no
for the first
straights.
hand.
Oh wait, what kind of die roll?
Oh, 4,
Well,
5,
we're
6.
just-
You have it straight?
Ah, mommy needs new shoes.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, double 9s.
Oh, nice pair.
Okay, look,
Straight.
9, 8, 2, 3.
I had 8, 9, 2, 3 on the first roll.
I have a pair of 3s
Mistaken on the type of die
and
roll.
a 7.
All right,
We're doing
so
that.
So does a straight beat a pair?
Yeah.
the way we're gonna do
straight?
it is you get if you have no matches, you just total up your dice. If you have matches, so let's suppose you have 2 4s.
Yeah.
You get the 8 points normally, but then you're gonna add.
Oh, all the other dice. Nice. Okay.
So you would have
Fantastic. Yeah.
So it would be 4, 4, and then another 4. Now, if you manage to roll 3 4s, then that'll be 12 normally, but then you're going to get another 8.
Okay.
didn't quite catch that. But
So
okay.
so we're not running with the card mechanic of getting pairs is better than other things.
No, he is. He's saying-
You are, because you're getting bonus points.
Yeah, but 2 4 so like a
Oh wait, here, convert what we have.
A pair of fours
He,
would beat a
he
pair
has
of
a 4,
eights.
5, and 6. How many points does he
And
have?
with this,
Was it?
I have
Yeah,
He has
4,
a 4, 5, and 6, which is
4, 5,
straight.
and 6. So
What's-
therefore you have
what
15
are-
points.
And then break that down. How did he get there?
Yeah, there's no
just
straight.
add
4
them
plus
together.
6. So straights aren't something.
Oh, straights.
Yeah, that's the issue.
If it was like
Yeah.
cards, pairs would be better. Which
could
is
add
the
the
big-
See, I think we
What it is,
might want to
maybe.
just go straight by card rules and then total if you don't have straights or pairs.
or a straight is worth 10 extra points.
Well, here's the thing: if you don't have a straight or a pair, you're just out. If other people do,
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
so
Okay.
and so we should only be doing one set at a time, right?
All right.
So,
So the Eyeless Seer is out.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
then...
Now, are these
Ison.
representing the
How
numbers
did-
on
how
the
did the
cards?
dice down?
Yeah.
Has a straight.
So one's a good or one's a bad?
You had
If you had two of them,
Yeah, I
it's
have
good.
1, 1, and 3.
Okay.
So you have a pair of 1s. I have a pair of
ones.
3s. You have a straight.
got double nines.
You have a pair of 9s. And
All right,
had
so we have I've got 8, 9, 3.
8, 9.
tall.
So 8, 9, 3 is out.
Yes.
a lot of points, but it's. All right, but he had-
So Ace or the Eyeless Seer is out, and so is Parak.
okay.
So on the okay, and then we just keep going. All right.
Oh, all right, I see this. Oh, are we like anting at just 100 gold to start, or are we doing
Yeah.
like a certain amount per turn?
Why don't we do 25 per hand, and then we can throw in our last 25 on the last one.
So yeah, 25, 25, and
Yeah.
then 50.
Yeah, sure.
This will be the beginning.
All right, so yeah,
So I will use this.
Well,
So-
wait a minute.
my
Before,
advance
before we
guy.
roll, like, so who won that hand then?
the pair
The pair of nines.
the
Actually,
pair of
no,
nines
the
beats the
straight
straight.
would have won.
The straight
King
won.
card, a straight.
Right, yeah.
A straight would win.
Yeah.
So Ison takes it. Or no, you're Ison, right? Yeah, that's right. And
I'm
both-
playing Ison.
Yeah, so Ison
All right,
takes
so
it.
you know, Proc is like, oh, you guys really brought up your game.
I got a 1, 2, 3.
Oh, the
Ooh, that's
Eyeless
good.
Seer has nothing again.
Ooh.
It's a good thing you got
I've
other
got
people
a
in this
0,
match.
1, 2.
Yeah, it's not anything.
0 is a 10.
All right, then I won 1, 0.
3,
That's a
6,
pair of
and 10.
ones.
I have a pair of 4s.
So Proc comes at a pair of 9s with a 10.
Okay.
1, 2,
you
3.
won the second round.
I got a straight.
Oh,
you won. 1, 2, 3. You got it straight.
Low straight. Low straight.
means Boken won the second hand.
Wow.
All right, so this one's for 50 gold.
Well, you got 2 winners. I know. This one's for 50. Oh, let's feel goofy.
3 2s.
What are these ogre
Oh,
faces?
3 twos?
What's these goblin
Back to
faces?
the
Totally
last
gonna
one,
win.
So all my pairs keep going away.
6, 7, 8 straight.
But I have a 3 of a kind.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
nice.
Three of a
Well played.
kind.
Well played.
I got nothing.
3 of a kind.
What
Yeah,
are these
double tens.
Little horned devil things. Zeros, I guess. Oh well.
Yeah.
That would have been nice to have triple 10s, but I've got 2 10s and a 9.
All right, so you wind up breaking even.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That was fun.
Well, actually, no, because you're getting the money. You're getting the 50 from everybody.
Yeah.
So
You do more than break even.
So lucky is very lucky.
Pull it out
so
there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 250,
But I spent
but you spent 50.
50, so I get 200. Woohoo! Okay.
Actually, no, you.
I lost 25.
but-
I lost 25.
Yeah, sorry.
And I
Boken
got,
spins, clucks in your jar. Woo! I won!
And Ison as well.
Ison just holds the cards.
Just runs it off.
He's playing very mechanically based on what you said.
that was fun. That was a neat thing.
Thank you.
All right.
Maybe we'll actually spend some time off air trying to find a
So you're ahead.
nicer way to go about doing
By a
that.
little bit.
Because I had 3 people playing.
I thought I was going to get it.
Deck cards.
All right, that's a 4. Please set it set to D8. I'm looking for a D8 for you.
So as you guys are, heading up the stream, the city's coming into full view, and Proc is like, oh, this is good game. He clearly is a little saddened to have lost, but he's like, I gotta get back and get everything set up to tie in and all that kind of stuff. He goes about his business of getting ready to dock.
I will not count my money while I'm sitting at the table.
Nice. Starting up
Song.
As per the bard, the
As-
great, wonderful bard.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so You guys wanting to talk or do anything else?
I would be drinking wine with Hemsworthy if I'm awake.
Oh, I did want to talk with Kyle's character name.
Rogar.
With Rogar and just explain. I am under the understanding that we will roll into. The eyeless seer, had been much looking forward to revisiting our hometown,
As it were.
to embrace the ones that we had missed. But your presence means that this shall be a murdering fest once we reach there. We shall need to go through the town, determine who the cultists are that have lived there, and kill them immediately. Our homecoming shall be very little more than a rain of blood through the streets.
Oh yes.
So, do you not feel that you should be referring to yourself in the third person?
He just
I
did
just
refer
said,
to himself
I
as
said
that.
the eyeless seer.
But you said the eyeless seer.
Yes.
So wouldn't you just say the eyeless seer feels?
Baby steps. He's
Yes,
getting there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think you've evolved to.
The eyeless seer, yes. But, yes. So be prepared. The moment you see anyone who you recognize as a cultist, you should indicate this by a voiceless command to all of us, which will be...
Rub your snout, then rub the belly.
Are you saying that we should immediately murder anyone that he says is a blood cultist?
He knows them.
They shall be judged.
Lyndon, is like, well, I do not feel that we should just be murdering those in the city. There are laws and ways of proper justice, and this is my city.
There's protocol for these type of things. If they are blood cultists, we should be protecting them from the other citizenry who will obviously be up in arms about them being blood cultists.
There is
and
another
found out.
matter. Are you saying that all blood cultists are irredeemable and must be killed on sight?
Yes.
Oh, then you must murder yourself immediately.
Dalen will have words to say about these cultists. Do not worry, all will be judged in time.
He has dedicated himself to the path of the light.
And how do we know that these other people that he sees? For he himself would appear to be a blood cultist under his own visage. Would he not?
I am surprised that the eyeless seer would need to justify the killing of followers of Narkitis to
I'm
this
afraid you
group.
are blinded. in this
so-
matter.
Fall asleep, okay? Just telling you right now, don't fall asleep with this guy around.
So
I'm with you on this one. And
Thank
again,
you.
I normally am, which gets me in trouble. Gets me into good fights.
Lyndon kind of struts up to Henri and is like, well, clearly there are some things he just does not see.
Well, I for one am under the impression that we were going to apprehend these people and give them a fair trial.
I think it is the town's duty to execute them.
So
Or
We can take them.
whoever decides to be the executioner at the time of judgment.
Also, there is something else to consider.
The guy with the
If we
great
go
sword.
around murdering every blood cultist that he sees, well then, it will be very difficult to take the trail to the top of the pyramid, as it were. They will all go into hiding. Do we not wish to exterminate it at the Z source?
We thought we did exterminate it before.
Well, apparently not.
I am excited about seeing Genfell the seamstress and other people within the city. I shall withhold killing blood cultists immediately and attempt to go through this lawful manner you speak of.
Who should
So be
withhold?
it. What's that?
Who should withhold?
Withhold?
Who should withhold?
Oh, I will not immediately murder
No.
anyone.
Not ready yet. He's not ready to
Baby
give up
steps.
the eye. Well, actually, the eyeless.
Yeah, you gave up the eye already.
He's holding on to the pronoun now.
He's shortening.
No,
He's
no.
just shortening it to I instead of
How
I.
many eyes do you want to get rid of?
All of them, apparently.
Yeah.
My dear friends, there are things that our good Captain Proc has brought to our attention that we should be looking into.
Yeah, these dwarfs being accosted, this is something that they cannot stand.
There's been, talk of, people acting funny in the town and sabotage and
Well, people are always acting funny.
no, like walking about in a haze. That clearly is a sign of something wrong.
I seen a drunk goblin run down an alley one time.
Are you sure they're not under the influence of too much halfling leaf or something?
No. That's
Clearly, this knife needs to be sharpened.
You know, with the graffiti, that's not as much a challenge, but the dwarves being attacked, cultist activity, sabotages at the wall. That's.
I even heard a rumor there's an ogre running around this town. What kind of ship are you running over here, Helmsworthy?
I'm not. I've been with you guys.
Truly, an ogre was rumored in the gates within Gryphongaffe?
I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Where did you hear this rumor?
Parak said something about it.
Wow. Barack?
He's just making stuff up.
Was this more activity in
Oh, yeah.
your other game?
Yeah.
Was there truly an ogre within the town
is that
hall,
the ogre
within
named
the
Troll?
walls of
It
the
is.
town?
There's a lot of antics happening on the Wednesday night game that I'm not apprised of.
Oh, there's an ogre named Troll running around.
He's an indentured servant to the halfling community.
Wow.
They bought him.
The 12 halflings that are in town.
No, there's 18.
Oh, there's 18 now?
18 more.
About to be 19.
Like a gypsy caravan.
Yeah.
I am familiar with
Right.
Gryphongaffe.
Oh, actually, it is
I'm
19
surprised
because
it's
it's
become
18
such a
plus
war
plus Megan.
We will have to find out when we get there. And the sooner the better.
So, the docking procedure is, kind of dull, but he goes about tying off and what have you, and he speaks on as to who you guys are, and you're able to just go about your way.
I mean, we do have the mayor with us.
I know.
So, we're going down the street and I'm walking and I stop and I start pulling my beard. I'll be a bearded gnome. Helmsworthy, do you know them? And I point to the halflings working on building things with a troll or with the ogre and dwarves and humans. There's probably like a half a dozen halflings in my sight. I'm like, where do they come from?
How are you? Why do you keep asking me questions?
They're halflings. You're a halfling.
Well,
Do you know them?
When a woman halfling loves a man halfling, this is where halflings come from.
Very good.
And I believe they're not telepathically connected. But
So where are we headed to?
Wherever we want to go.
But
Where are you taking us, Lyndon?
I am going to my office and trying to find out what's going on. You do what you guys are going to do, and he storms off.
So when we entered the city, what was the condition of the wall, and what was the condition of the guards who brought us in? Was it well handled?
The wall, by all accounts, seems fine. It is a large wall, and it would take you actually quite a while to inspect the whole thing if you were to go.
No,
and try.
just the area around the gate.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you didn't go in through a gate. You came in through the port.
Oh. Ooh.
Well, no, there's probably a gate.
Yeah.
Probably the wall.
So
Probably
the portal is directly in the
It's
magical
not a portal,
portal.
a
is-
port.
The port.
Where,
You guys came in via
where
boat.
boats dock.
Oh.
The dock, as it were.
Yeah, the wall probably sits back from the river, and then
So you
have
can
the
approach the
dockside.
city from the port and go around the wall right by coming up the river.
Nah, there would be a gate.
That'd be a poorly planned wall.
The river gate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
On one
Cities
side.
always have a river gate.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my point is, how did I think the security for when we arrived
Looks
was
good.
handled? Okay,
Looks
good.
good.
Excellent. Okay. I'll say, well, anyone who wishes to join me, please come along. I wish to have dinner with Jenfeld the street seamstress, and I'm sure it will be an excellent evening of hearing all the tales of the city. So that's where I'll head, and I'll get fine goods to bring as well.
I have to go by the shop.
Okay. Linden shop?
No.
Oh, you're...
Mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what time is dinner?
Oh, yeah, we're going there immediately.
Okay, what time
Yes.
of day is it?
Dinner time.
It's apparently dinner time.
I was just thinking we had enough time to do something else, but okay.
Yes, and good.
All right.
Yeah. So, did you wish to make a stop, Henri? We could do that.
I do not know very many people in this town, so I am happy to go with you.
Excellent. Jenfeld the seamstress is the first person you should meet. She is the heart of this city.
All right.
Who all wishes to go where? We got 2 people going to Arbaleson's place. Sorry, not Arbalesson. Aeson's Isla Sears place.
Isla Sears, correct.
I'm going to head to the barracks with the dwarves to introduce them to the other dwarves.
Okay.
Yes, never mind.
What dwarves?
Just remembered something.
There's a garrison of dwarves within the city.
He's talking about the Tinkerer and the...
Oh, they came with us?
Yeah.
Isn't one of the-
Oh, I thought they left us at Volgren, but okay.
No, they wanted to come see
They're with
Gryphongaffe,
us.
and
Understood.
Dave is
I'm working the magic.
trying to make moves on Sahara.
Tattoo girl.
Targalia.
Sweet.
Purely to ruin
And I
that,
can get another cat out of her.
Rogar is interested in seeing. He's not interested in dinner, so he's following this man.
Henri, tomorrow I will show you the tour of the merchant district and other things that you may be interested in. I can put you in contact with people that I know that may help you in interacting with the local markets.
Très bien.
So tomorrow, enjoy yourself tonight.
So where do you go now, Nate?
I'm going to go to my stores and things like that, get in contact with my managers, and get them to organize everyone that can read several different languages, because I have a lot of research to do at the library.
All right. As you're moving about the crowded streets, you do a double take. Someone that you passed by looked like familial, but like they passed by and you're not able to find out exactly where they were because the crowds are too thick. As you try to go back, you can't find that person.
So as I look behind me, I don't say, "Oh, that's like with the back of my brother's head or something."
Right.
All right. I sock that away for later. I'm going to have to try and figure something out.
Well, I'll have my hood up.
And
I don't want to cause too much of a disturbance.
and I don't see any like
See, that would have come in handy.
House of Mirdan emblems or anything like that. All right.
You should.
I'm going to be running into the forest and probably hugging a few trees because I've been away from wildlife for way too long. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Tree hugger.
Pretty much.
So as you two approach your shop, kind of perched up on the rain gutters or somewhere that's clearly in view, the evening sunlight glistens off the golden fur that at first looks like an unmoving statue, but as you begin to approach, the little squirrel that you have not seen in many a years actually seems to like come to life as as though it's like, all right, well, finally a mission to complete, and he scurries down the wall with ease and comes over to you and presents to you a letter.
Chitter. I'll say it's been so many years. I'll take the letter, and I will hand it to Boken. Please
Squirrel
read.
So she unrolls it. Did you teach her halfling?
No, I did not. That's a great point. So I will say, I apologize, Boken. I shall read it. And so I will read it out loud. And I will say also, Boken and Ison, this letter is from my master, my previous master, Trisgar the Bold. I am no longer worthy to serve him, but my heart still goes out to him. And then I will read his words. What has he to say?
So, Aeson, I do hope that this letter finds you well. It has been some time since we have properly spoken. We did not part at last on terms that I find acceptable. I do feel that
I'll rub my face where he beat me with the rod.
I do feel saddened that I have disappointed you as a master, and there are sad times ahead. When you can make your way here, I wish to see you.
We must go as soon as possible. I will say, Ison and Boken, we should not rush the rest of the team. We have traveled long for them to be here in the city, but make no promises that will keep us a day longer than we can. As soon as our group has been able to do what it came to Gryphongaffe to do, we shall leave immediately for Trisgar the Bolt's tower. Also, hopefully later tonight we'll be able to meet up with the group and be able to tell them as well. Chitter, you have done an awesome job of bringing me this letter. Thank you for serving your master and serving me in this way.
So, wizards don't have the ability to speak through their familiars, right?
It's a very good... Actually, they can see through its eyes.
They can see through it, but they can't speak.
That is correct.
So, it nods with complete intelligence, and it scurries off.
Can they control the familiar as well? Or...
They can give it commands.
Yeah.
Because, you could just tell to scratch some things in the dirt to, speak that way.
Yeah, it's true. But, yeah.
It's still a squirrel.
I'll wave to the squirrel as it goes.
So it moves off with all haste.
Indeed. At that point, I will, since I don't want to rush them out of the city, I do want to give them a chance. We traveled a long time to be here. So at that point, I will bring in Henri to Jenfell. The seamstresses will knock at the door, and I will say, Boken, I need you to explain to Jenfell my situation. She may be frightened. Because I don't look anything like I used to. I wear a robe of eyes now, and I have no eyes, and I wear a black rag over where my eyes would be, so that could be a bit frightening to people.
It was better than not wearing any black rag.
So, has Boken met Jenfell?
No, you're exactly right. It's going to be quite awkward. You're exactly right.
I thought you got her back at the town.
so that I could be less scary. Let's have the 6th level human wizard female who hangs out with me and carries my eye in a jar of dirt explain to her why she should be scared of me.
So she goes up to the door and knocks.
And why there's 2 of me as well.
So a little old woman answers the
Heart
door.
attack territory here.
Oh.
You should have just had Iceland explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would.
She wouldn't have known the difference. She would think it was you.
Yeah.
So this little woman answers the door, and Boken, showing a bit of wisdom, has put the jar out of sight, and she's like,
Selectively crazy.
"Greetings, madam. I am a servant of your master, and we have come to call, but the trials and tribulations of our road have been challenging. Now, I am told that when last our great and dear master was here last, you had seen that he was wounded in his battle to defend this town, even beyond these great borders, and his eye was stricken. But greater still have our challenges been, and now the once great and glorious Aeson is now known only as the Eyeless Seer."
I'll step forward.
And well, she actually dramatically steps aside to reveal you.
Nice performance. Henri approves.
Jenfell, it is good to see you again.
She looks taken aback, but the fact that you've got the thing over your eyes kind of masks the scars and chaos of your face. Actually,
And the gemstone shoved in his eye sockets.
No, I don't use those anymore.
Much better than the actual black orb that you had with the large scar. This is actually a softer blow.
Yeah.
Wow, you could put another black orb in, and it just looked like you have black orb eyes. And people would think that you have eyes.
I like
but
the
actually
rag.
you don't. Okay, fine.
I like the black rag.
So it is no longer Asen?
I am the eyeless seer now. And then I will present the Taroka deck. The Taroka deck shows me truth, and I see in all directions and see only truth at this point. Things have changed. However, one thing that has not changed is my appreciation for the fine dinner table you have always set. I have brought goods, and I'll put forward the basket.
Well, then it will be good, and you don't need an insight roll to see that she's trepidatious at the at the slightest at what's going on here. But
And
Now, is this at your manse?
Yes. Now, on top of the goods that I just handed her is the 1,000 piece umbral piece that I got from the town. I always bring her gold in hundreds or thousands, and this time is no different.
okay. She doesn't know how to. Like, it's been a while since you've been here. It was kind of like, all right, she's doing her thing, and eventually he'll come back. And was not expecting this.
And I'm filthy rich, and I don't care.
I have no eyes.
Yes, and no eyes.
Yeah.
Where's Iceland right now?
Iceland is right with us.
Iceland.
Yes, Iceland.
Iceland is with us, yeah.
And
So has she been keeping your house, basically,
Yeah.
while you've been
exactly.
away?
Yep.
And what sort of house is this? Is this
It's a manse. It's got 3 stories. It's pretty nice.
It's like a townhouse?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So you're in a brownstone.
That's exactly right. Yes.
And he used to have a shop. I don't know if he's still.
That's true. I shut the shop down.
yes,
Yep.
it was not making enough
It
money.
never made much money. That's true. Yeah.
You did it when the town was small. Now
That's
that-
true.
Now
You're
that it's
right, yeah.
expanded to,
And you have the draw of the Eyeless Seer.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you can get out the Taroka deck, read some fortunes.
Yes.
Your fortune's red.
Like, you'll have a cover charge just to go through the door.
Indeed.
So, is there anything else that you wanted to do at dinner?
Actually, I wanted to ask her specifically to tell us about the town.
Yeah.
She lives here. We want to know her view, a local's view of what's been going on.
Well, she doesn't have any real reports on, the sabotage or graffiti. Any of that stuff has stayed completely clear of the shop,
Yeah.
and that's always been her purview. So she doesn't really have anything to report there. She doesn't stay inside 24/7. She does occasionally go out and do this. She has heard tales of dwarves being attacked either physically or via magic. There's been clear signs of magic at the scenes, and reports of a robed person casting spells at dwarves. She has come across those that had these funny sticks that they were trying to get her to try or do, or they were kind of accosted. She was kind of accosted once, like oh, you need to. It's and before like she didn't remember exactly what was said, other than you should try it, but she quickly got away.
I am so glad that you are safe and that you were wise enough to stay away from those type of temptations. That's excellent. The manse is in perfect condition as always. I very much appreciate you telling us what has been going on here and meeting our good friend Henri.
And I will introduce myself and try to put her at ease with a very charming introduction and compliments towards her obvious care of the manse. Try to win her over. Turn on the charm.
Of the 4 people that have entered the manor, you are by far the most normal.
Oh, there's that.
That's true.
So she is all of a Twitter at talking to you.
Oh, good. So, okay. So she knows that somebody has been trying to push death sticks on her, and that the dwarves have been attacked. Okay. But not much else. So we'll have a lovely dinner. And then Henri will have to get to work.
Okay.
So, where is a tavern? Because bards I need a gig.
All right. Well, there are a number of taverns. Let's see what other people are looking to do. Dave, you said you were going to the barracks.
I am.
I'm tagging along. I was
Okay.
curious as to the welfare of the dwarves.
I will. I will seek out the captain.
Do you remember the captain's name?
Delric.
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 Pretty vicious.
So, having served, it does not take you much time to get a audience with the captain. So as you are approaching, there's a stout half-orc and human that are flanking his office.
I look confused that his office is guarded by a human
Well,
and a half-orc.
they're servant posts. They're kind of there to be formal. As you two approach, the half-orc's eyes, which kind of looked a little glazed over, like, all right, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. They kind of look from you to him, back to you, and tries to go back to glazed over, but doesn't quite get there.
Just kind of grumble as I go past them.
Yes.
I make no kind of fuss about it. My long dragon-like neck is actually arcing to make sure I maintain eye contact with this man to see if I can either I guess put him off.
It's Trog.
It's Trog. Oh. So I kind of make like a small hissing sound, like a dragon-like hiss, and I continue forward. I touch my snout.
Is that the sign?
Apparently that was the sign. That's what I was told.
Oh, if that's the case, I'll lay right into him. I whisper the spider words of magic and unleash a cantrip. And boom! Right across his jaw.
So, did you say it was Harak or Trog?
Trog.
Trog.
Trog. So what do you cast?
Something that hurts him. Quite a bit.
I gather that.
Now, who is Trog in the city?
I'm going to cast the green
Soldier.
flame blade on my fist.
Okay.
I don't know if it really works that way or not. I'm doing it anyway.
Well, you do 1 point of damage for the strength.
Yeah, plus
it's still a melee weapon attack, or still a melee attack.
Do I get advantage for surprise?
I'll absolutely do that.
Alright.
Nice.
Okay, so I think they both would have hit anyway, but... So it's going to be 3 points plus, what is that, 2d8?
3 points.
Could you have the water?
5 points of flame for the first attack.
So, the human at the other side, he starts to draw his sword. Like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to restrain him, like not forcefully, like violently, but I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't interfere with.
I just growl over my shoulder, settle, boy, and of course I use the I use the gauntlet to cast a spell, and with the thought, I just summon my axe and two-handed, boom, right across his face.
So it's going to be contested strength.
Okay.
That's not very good.
Oh, maybe better than his.
I got a 5.
9.
And I will trade in my inspiration to not have that 1 that I rolled. Oh, this dice is so fired. So,
Put it in timeout.
it does need a timeout, I think. That is a 13 to hit him.
Nah, he's got on half plate.
Ah, you didn't say that part.
Yes, I'm grabbing
Unguarded.
mine by the collar of the half plate by the front.
So you've got the two. You two are grappled.
So he's wearing half plate. All right. Well, I will action surge.
Okay.
And that is a 23.
Yeah, that is.
Alright, so.
He was really angry. He missed
Wait a
it.
minute, that's not a die 10, that's a 2.6.
Well, he's already taken 2 good wallows. I mean, like, is this guy looking okay? Okay.
He's just
He takes, that's another 18.
Okay.
He's
And
not being an object in the forest.
does a 18 hit him?
Yes.
Alright. For another 13.
So he looks like he's ready to go down, but he stays on
But
his
he's a half orc.
but he stays on his feet. And he comes in at you with the halberd that's in his hand,
Okay.
missing wildly. But then he comes in. You know, your dodge. You actually came to miss that, and he actually hits. You know, goes to just hit you with his helm forehead,
Yeah.
and your shield barely blocks the impact.
Excellent.
He went to headbutt you.
Let's do another
Shield in face.
roll off for grapple.
Sure. Yeah, he definitely got that.
So he throws you to the ground and moves to get between you two.
Throws you to the ground.
Yes.
You just got lost.
So,
It's 21 versus what was that, 7?
yeah.
Yeah, so I just easily just misty step around him.
Okay.
Behind the
Misty step
behind the half orc.
All right.
Is that advantage?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, are you kidding me? That is a 14. So
Thought you put it in timeout.
Yeah, I should have put that one in timeout. You've been fired to go purple, and that is a 22.
All right. So you drop the half.
Take that. Oh yeah, 1 hit point. And before he drops, I just dismiss the axe and grab him by the collar, and I guess I'm in the doorway now, and I just keep going.
Well, as you drop him, the captain's door, flails open. Doesn't take too long to cross the room when fists start flying. So the door flies open, and he's lying on the ground. Delric's trying to get between you two. His guard is lying on the floor, and you're accosting him.
Yes, absolutely. Fire tunnel! What the hell's going on here, Delric?
I was just about to ask the same question.
Blood cultists? Blood cultists in the garrison? Are you kidding me?
Can I raise
Do you
my
jest?
feet, at least?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You are permanently stuck on the ground now. You have failed a grapple check.
No,
that was
it is.
that was the end of your campaign.
That's if you roll a 1.
So what are you saying that this is a blood cultist?
It's a blood cultist.
And where is your proof?
He serves Narkitis.
And where is your proof?
That's proof enough for my guy. He has no concern with this dwarfs.
He's a paladin of Adalin. He cannot speak falsely. He is witnessed. My proof is a witness.
So he turns to the half orc who's now unconscious. Did you do subdual?
Yeah, so go.
I can't seem to ask him questions now.
He'll wake up eventually. You know half orcs. They got really thick skulls.
Would you be able to check him for tattoos or anything, marks or anything like that?
Should have a scar. If he was high enough
You
in
could also do the same thing to this guy.
Yeah, it's very true.
So
And why is it there a half orc and a human here? Why are there no dwarves?
it was the rotation. They're all soldiers.
The garrison has always been all dwarves.
Not always.
Always.
We serve together.
We've been away for months. Things change.
Things change.
The half orc that leads all the soldiers.
You obviously have more insurgents than just different races.
Apparently.
So, kind of, I guess, taking a liberty. As far as Rogar is concerned, Rogar is Rogar's law. He's actually, you said half-orc? So he's a pretty big guy, huh?
Yes.
I'll attempt to, like, not over my shoulder, but I do want to, like, pick him up, kind of, like, drag him along.
You have an 18 strength. You can pick him up.
All right, cool. Right over the shoulder, and I'm going to keep him for either further questioning or whatever this group is deciding to do with him, but I don't care if this guy wants him to stay. I'm just...
He should not be taking him if this is a...
He doesn't know any better. Come with us. We'll take him to the jails. Maybe we should take him to Harak, though.
Would a Dalen tell me to do otherwise?
A Dalen is a lawful god.
Lawful god?
So you would
Yes.
follow
You must seek justice.
the laws of the town as well as the laws of the order.
As you wish.
We'll take him to the watch, where he belongs. Harak will deal with him.
So, are we doing a Dalen as the Trinity in this iteration?
I don't know.
Good answer.
All right, we'll pause that question for off camera. So,
Well, it wouldn't matter anyway, because all the races see him as a different god.
that's true.
So
Interesting.
which I don't know where it would fall for a dragonborn, because we did elves, dwarves, and
Humans.
humans.
Yeah.
Elf, Dragonborn, it's kind of the same.
So, do you prefer the name Adalin, Aleven, or Grandar Sunforge?
Oh, definitely Grandar.
So, if you so desire, you can totally change that.
Make it a dragon. There's actually a fourth iteration, the dragon version.
Vomit.
All right, wait. Grandar Sunforge, Eidolon, Adalin, and what was the other one?
Aleven?
I'm sorry, what was it one more time?
Aleven?
Aleven.
That's for one Motrin doesn't work.
Gotcha. Okay. And Grandar is for what race?
Dwarves.
And what is Eidolon? Eidolon?
Adalin is humans.
Human. And what is Aleven?
Aleven is Elven.
Thank you.
Let's spell that with an E in the front.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, so Delric is like, you wish to summon Proc? Get this dealt with?
Yeah, I figure we'll just take him. Harak's a busy man.
Okay. So he tells the human to just stay there, and the group of you go tromping off.
Stay. Guard.
The human is just confused as to what's going on. His team member was literally just accosted, and his commanding officer is like, "It's okay." It's like, I'm so confused.
So how you been, Fire Tunnel?
Yeah, I don't know about this following a half orc all the time. Rock's got a good mind, but he's no dwarf.
Well, of course he's no dwarf. He's an half-orc. But he's a good man, despite the obvious. What is this I hear about dwarves being attacked within the walls?
Oh yeah, last couple of months, it's this robed and hooded person comes out. Sometimes it's a flurry of fists. Other times it's magic. Happens at night. And,
Most dark deeds do.
Whoever is attacking is just disappearing before anything can happen. No one's died, but teeth have been knocked
So
off.
disappearing without a trace, is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
You say one person, yet you don't know his identity. Is it not possible it could be multiple?
That's certainly possible. I mean, other than some footprints at the scene, there's literally has not been much in the way of evidence.
Damn it. I was going to ask you about that, but that wasn't even the reason I came down here. I want to make a donation and expand the garrison. I think we should move the garrison closer to the walls.
What if we had a garrison within the city and a garrison at the walls?
Well, within the walls. I still want to be inside the walls. I'm thinking we need a sally port.
Mm-hmm.
Someplace where the dwarves can get in and out fast if we need to, if Gryphongaffe needs us.
That's not a bad idea.
And I'm thinking I want my own forge.
Well, that's considering all you've done for the town. I'm certain that that wouldn't be a problem.
Of course, it wouldn't be a problem. I pat a pouch on my side, and it's like overfilled with gold.
What have you been doing?
I tend to fund this endeavor myself for the betterment of the town. I think I want a forge.
Forge, huh? Very good.
I start to shake a little bit with anger when you say that. Any good? Any good? I'm the best smith in this town.
Put your steel where your mouth is. Forge me a sword.
Right now.
Get on it now.
Whatever you feel comfortable. After, of course, you were given your forge.
Have you seen the glaive that Taris wields?
Have I?
He carries it, right?
Oh, okay. Yes, I have admired it.
Yeah, that is made with shark steel. You can't even get shark steel. We had to kill a bullet to get that and have it forged. We had to import the secrets of forging the steel shark from Stoneholm from afar from one of my cousins. Did you not see... What's your dragon's name? Dargan. Did you not see the armored carapace of the wee little dragon, Dargan?
Dargan tends to spend more time invisible, but he's a dragon that's about this size, and he's got fully articulated armor that allows him to still fly, but yet wear armor.
Interesting craftsmanship.
I am good at the forge. Do not say that just merely to boast. I've spent decades learning my craft.
I've met many a dwarf who makes the same claim, but I can see your skill actually matches your vernacular.
Well, thank you. Those are not even my finest crafts.
What? I got that right shit?
Yes, you didn't get the book.
He said, "Do you even forge, bro?"
But my works are nothing next to that of my father. He's an even greater smith.
I would like to meet him one day.
And my uncle Angus. None can meld magic with metal like him. Although I would warn care in bringing up Uncle Angus around the Isle of Seer.
We had it out.
I have to not bring him back into this.
They had a little difference of opinion.
Bring him back. I'm way more ready to deal with him now.
Absolutely not.
Of course, then again.
I think the general rule is don't bring anybody up in front of Asen.
Gentle Stream just good friends with her.
I like Angus, and I don't want to have to see Asen kick his ass.
Medium rare. Yeah.
Or be kicked.
No.
So we're
not
on
with
our
two
way
of me
to
now.
What's that?
So we're on our way to the watch then?
Yeah, you're carrying him on your shoulder. You're being much nicer than me. I just drug his ass.
So we, you guys travel and...
Do they pass the tavern we're in?
Tavern.
Yeah, I went with you to the tavern.
No, we assuredly did not.
Oh, I'd bring down the...
No, not where he's intending to go.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, we'll let the...
We don't need Atlas Sears where we're going.
So you guys, get to where Hrock is, not manning a post, but checking on those that are at station. You've seen Hrock before. Yeah, if you thought Trog was impressive, Rock is quite massive.
Wait. Is there any way for Asen to get there logically? Because if he didn't go to the tavern, he definitely would have went throughout the town. Because with the true sight, he might have seen something.
Right, but you were sitting down to dinner.
And
That's
obviously,
fine. Gotcha. Okay.
I would have introduced Shinarg, Gear Grinder, and Solonette, Sahalet, Skin Etcher to Delric.
You're just showing off in front of your girlfriend.
I'm absolutely doing that.
That's why he had the action surge. He's like, I'm going to take this guy down quick.
Yeah.
He's got to show her how he rocks and back in his hometown.
There you go.
So, Delric, comes up and salutes the captain, and Rock looks around and he sees this guy who he doesn't know, kind of holding one of his soldiers. He looks around and he's kind of torn as to does he look to you to figure out what happened to his soldier? Does he look to his captain, or does he look to the senior-most member in his eyes? Because it's really your conversation that put him in this place. So you can kind of see these.
Well, I kind of nod with my head to
Dark.
to the half orc to Trog over the Dragonborn's shoulder. Rogar. Blood cultist.
I kind of just drop him right on them.
He just sighs and his massive shoulders, kind of slump. Thought we were done with that nonsense.
So did I.
Well, apparently not.
So, how do we know?
He's a paladin. Grandar Sunforge. Is incapable of lying. Now.
All right.
Now.
Has he been questioned?
He hasn't woken up yet. He slept.
He's taking a nap.
I
Paladin?
chuckle.
There have been many questions and very few answers.
No, he said that questioning.
Paladin.
Wake him.
So I'm assuming I have.
No,
Well, here-
Oh yeah, the healing.
Lay on hands,
Gotcha.
cure spells.
I didn't know if you specifically wanted like an awakening spell.
He's
but
testing
yes.
your paladin cred right
I
now.
gotcha. So yeah, I'm not very gentle with him, but I do kind of pick him up by the collar and I just kind of right on his head, and you see holy light emanating from the cracks between my fingers, my long talons, and then I just kind of only one hit point, just one, and then I just kind of let him fall back to whatever he's gonna do.
So, Rock is wearing his typical great axe over his shoulder today. Looks down at Trog, who's barely conscious and on a knee. Rock says, "You a blood cultist?" Trog looks up at him, and you can see the fear on the normal, kind of half glazed face. He reaches, doesn't draw it, but just puts his hand on his axe, and in the briefest of nods, he shakes his head yes. So he's like, all right, clap him in irons, take his weapons, take his armor.
Rookies, you should have took his weapons a long time ago.
Well,
He wasn't awake enough.
he wasn't really awake,
So
so
what?
weapon truthfully was probably left back at the...
There's a halberd laying on the ground.
There's really no reason why it would have been drug out this way. It's, 10 pounds of metal. It has no reason to be brought anywhere. So he turns to you. Gar, you have more experience in this. Or do we need to relaunch an investigation?
I think we do. We have a bit of a bloodhound this time.
Oh, I get it, because they're blood cultists.
There you go.
And I will interrogate this one in the morning after I visit Everwinds.
Never understood what you see in that place.
They've got the good bread.
Got the good bread.
Right, that's what that place is.
There's got to be somebody in town that's not obsessed with this guy.
In my game, he eats there.
Oh.
I think he even went on a date there.
Well, just because he eats there doesn't mean he's obsessed with it.
No, he's not. He doesn't have to be obsessed with it. He also carries a different great weapon every time I introduce him.
I know. I usually portray him with an axe, and when we actually send him out, via the Patreon rewards, he has a named axe.
There you go. Woo!
Get yours today.
They missed that boat though. Harak is gone.
Yeah. So, all right. So, was there anything specific you wanted to do besides check in?
Yeah, I want to see how the business is going. Have these guys progressed at all in levels or anything?
What were they when you last actually had
They
stats on them?
were... One was 3rd level, one was 2nd.
Boken is currently 6th level, and he had Jarrus and the other guy longer than Boken's been around. So I would say they're probably 6 or plus.
Okay.
At least.
So we'll put them both up to 6th level.
And my dog.
9th level.
Direwolf.
No, sorry.
Good omen.
I don't even remember a dog, honestly.
It's a dire wolf.
I
Isn't it?
got him a dire wolf. I don't remember how I did it, but I did it.
Oh yeah, the puppy. Right.
Yeah, he was a puppy when we left.
Now he's full grown and doesn't remember you.
No, he's got his... We haven't been going that long, have we?
It's been a while.
We've been at one a while, man. Yeah.
He probably is like wagging himself in half.
He's
so
abandoned.
So we'll say he's still a young cub, so you still can, bond and do stuff with him.
Okay. Check
I left
the
him in
books.
stasis.
How's business going?
You've actually hired on several more apprentices.
Sweet.
There's actually an expansion that's being built as a training grounds.
Okay. Did I ever open up a shop over in that other place?
What other
That's the
place?
big kingdom that we got our independence from. Or-
Dralic. No, you didn't open it
Okay.
elsewhere.
All right. I officially name Jasper and Sinslin as co-managers in charge.
Okay.
Because they have to have been running the place well. So
Well, they have.
Yeah.
So you've got a handful of apprentices and a training ground that they use some of the profits to actually make improvements as opposed to just pocket. So.
okay. I give them do I have gems? I have some gems. Should be on the front page. Oh, I have 3 daggers with the inlaid gems.
Mhm.
I give them each one.
Okay.
Ooh.
I forget where we got them from. They're layered with gems.
Okay.
And I
They-
give them
They're much appreciated.
I give them both 50 GP for just being what yeah.
Awesome.
Well played.
So they ask are you entrusting us to just keep this going? Do you actually plan on taking contracts? They're
At the moment, we're still involved in this blood cultist thing. We're that much closer to. I tell them about. They obviously
Yeah,
they know
yeah.
what we were going to do, but I tell them a little bit about some of the stuff that happened, like the 9-foot blood monster that shot out of my stomach. And I tell them about I met a drow that I don't exactly want to kill. He seems like a decent guy.
Wow, that's high praise indeed.
You got a drow that I don't exactly want to kill.
I tell them about the stuff that's happened to Asen. Well,
The Eyeless Seer.
yeah, Asen and the hot little apprentice chick he's got
Okay.
running around behind him. I tell him we met a dragonborn that's kind of in our ranks now. He seems like a good enough fellow.
Well, there have been far more Dragonborn recently coming in the city, so it's not as odd as it once would have been.
And I asked them about what's been going on with the people being hazed, dazed, or whatever, blood cultist activity.
Oh, there's a drug ring. Actually,
Whoa.
I think a couple of them.
Oh, really? Do any of them have used this symbol? And I show them this circle / thing, whatever ones you chose.
No, that's I think the person that's behind some of the attacks.
Attacks on the dwarves?
I don't know whether it's the attacks on the dwarves or the attacks on the walls. Could be the same guy. It could be a group.
Well, I'll get as much information from them about all this as I can. And I'll take that.
So
back to them.
they tell you that there's these quills or sticks or something that people are injecting, and there's rumors that it's actually turning people into Dragonborn. I don't know if it's because they are using the stuff or because they stopped using it. And there's this other thing where people are like, there's no sign of these sticks or these stab markers, but they're walking around as if they think they're somewhere else. They're in this messed up haze.
Excuse me. Okay. And do we know who's selling this stuff? Or?
I haven't looked into it. It's really of no interest to me.
Understandable.
Wasn't any money in it.
I can dig it. All right. Thank you. So it's not more blood cultists, it's a drug ring, which
Yeah,
could be worse.
that's a big problem.
At least it's not a drug square. That would
Yeah.
be terrible.
About a drug trapezoid.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Boy, when nerds try to be funny.
It's not my fault if you don't have a sense of humor.
Maybe I don't anymore. I don't know. Or maybe it's just so warped that I don't find what normal people find funny.
I'm not normal. Please don't call me that. I take that as kind of insulting.
Only squares make geometry jokes.
That's a good one.
Sorry.
No. There's no need to apologize. All right. So, you guys are at dinner. Was there anything particular you were checking on, Nate, or did you just want to check in and see if anything?
I'll do the normal runs, but before I come in to the main hall and talk to anybody, I'm going to cast Eagle Splendor upon myself.
Triumphantly.
I'm the one that does anything.
Because I feel like it's been long enough, they probably won't recognize how magnificent I was previously, but now they're like, well, he's always been this magnificent. So I'm going to come back and make a good impression on all the employees.
By the way, I need to deposit this.
Yeah, so Manager Eric and Ryan, I'm going to talk to them and say, greetings, Master Eric, Master Ryan. I'm finally back from all my long journeys. We've had quite a harrowing adventure, and
So
I wanted to see how well you've kept my accounts.
They seem like they're trying to hold themselves back, but they are clearly impressed upon your entrance. And now, is this your family's compound, or is this yours?
I have my docks, I have my warehouse that I
Right, yeah.
rented, and all that stuff. It's mine, but it's an arm of my family.
Okay.
So
But
these are
are
just
these your
these are just
employees?
employees. They're not family members or cousins or anything like that.
All right.
These are Gryphogaffes, whatever you'd call Gryphongaffe people.
Gryphongaffians.
I like Gryphogaffes.
Yeah,
I kind of dig
it
that.
flows. Coined, minted.
Gaffers.
So they
Sounds bad.
they kind of
One thing,
go over the books.
Sorry to interrupt you, because I just thought of it. If she's able to do it and they want one, I have the tattoo chick give them
Ooh, nice.
tattoos.
I'm closing out my social media.
Whatever, however they want that you
Okay.
agree to.
Not
And I'll pay for them.
not traveling with them. Oh, you said you would pay for them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that in a bit.
It's a good idea.
I don't expect like hard numbers from you, Ted.
Okay. Yeah. I was
Just that everything's good or bad or troubles.
things are slightly better than they were. They are decent managers, but they are not, knuckle grinding, trying to do everything they can for your business.
Yeah, that's understandable. They kept everything afloat and moving forward. That's important. And if you know any of the fellows or ladies who have a special interest in languages, I'm interested in a side project that could earn them some extra coin. Or frequenters of the library.
Well, there's somebody in the library who's kind of an expert on languages. He's kind of a odd fellow who comes and goes sometimes.
I wasn't necessarily looking for expert in language, but a person who has the language skill required to read books. I have some researching that needs to be done, and I would like as many eyes as possible.
Well, no, he's an expert on languages. He knows the most languages I've ever seen.
Well,
And-
but this person is just one person, though. Well, perhaps he knows the library very well. I'll have to go talk to him. Good. So just give him, write down his name, so I don't have to worry on remembering it.
His name is Relion?
Oh, I think I've heard of him. Language expert, you say? All right. Excellent. And just go on to small talk about the business and talk a little bit about my adventures, but I don't want to seem too grandiose, so I downplay several of the things. I mean, these are just common folk that work as managers in an office. I mean, really.
Yes, I don't need to bewilder them with tales of me slaying undead monstrosities who have lived 1,000 years.
Yeah, that's a little over their expectation of me, I think. Because I'm a merchant, so I obviously don't do crazy heroic stuff all the time.
Gloss over the detail that you did it with a party.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I'm gonna... and we bring someone by tomorrow to show them the ropes of the place. So if anybody, early in the morning, if everyone could get together and kind of clean up the place a bit, that would be excellent. And if you need to hire on a few more hands to get it done quickly, that would be great. Right after breakfast sometime, 9 or 10.
We'll get in early and we'll have it done, sir.
Very important client.
All right.
And then I'll just go shift through some of the books, and then I'll, if it's too late, I'll just wait till the library for tomorrow.
Well, it's not too late.
Okay, then I will head to the library and see who it's about.
What did you wish to have the person look at? You get to the library, and there's always an elf at the at the door, the desk.
That's one of the reasons I like this place.
Huh?
It's one of the reasons I like this place. It feels kind of like home.
Greetings, young sir. What brings you to the library today?
I'm a youngin', technically. by
Well, this is an
elven
elf.
by elven standards.
So,
You're an elf. Aren't you an elf too?
Yeah, I am.
Yes. But he's
Yes,
But I'm like
You're only 150?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
young
young.
and
I'm 120.
they should have probably kept me another decade or two.
Please, until you hit like 300 or 400, you're young.
Yeah.
Greetings to you. I have a large task I'd like to have the lab perform for me. I don't know if it costs any extra money to get the skilled eyes and hands of the librarians running around to get the information, but I have a few requests. One of those different magics and things dealing with beneficent sacrifice.
Beneficent.
Is that the right word?
Beneficial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a good word.
Sure.
Beneficent is a real word.
Yeah,
Is it really?
Totally. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes,
The opposite
beneficial.
of malignant.
Right. And I'm looking around like, we're in the library, right?
So, well, no, I was Ted questioning that.
Yeah,
for the
I
library.
know. I'm just going to see what was the
Well, you see, he hasn't fought the thesaurus yet.
Ah,
Undefeated it.
once you fight the thesaurus, a whole
Oh,
world
yes.
opens up to you.
All right, so
And I say, so beneficent sacrifice. I also have requests for heroes of old, but not necessarily really old times. Like, let's say, past 100 years or so. Any of them that have passed away in battles or great triumphant or perhaps lost, sadly. And kind of the whereabouts of those type of places. I'm interested in the history of it.
okay.
Factual more than mythos.
Okay.
So if there's any way to...
We definitely have some tomes on those subjects.
Excellent. And I'm interested in having that done as quickly as possible. So if I need to pay extra salary to have more librarians on hand, or...
Well, I could look and see how many different things. I know of a couple tomes offhand that would be able to meet those needs.
Excellent. And not necessarily all goodly, but, you know, it doesn't have to be the most upstanding hero of heroes.
Okay.
So, yes, in the past 100 years or so.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
And what were you asking about languages for?
I was asking for people who knew enough languages that it would be useful to say, hey, instead of sweeping the floor or like doing accounts, go to the library and find stuff for me.
Oh, okay. You're talking about not
Yes.
people at the library. but-
Library militia.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry.
Podcast about this, about literacy being a limiting factor.
Which is why I
travel-
figured it would be difficult.
I misunderstood your question then. I thought you were talking about people at the library
No,
who
no,
knew
no.
languages.
People that may frequent the library every once in a while
Okay.
and want to make an few extra coins.
All right. Well, then they probably would have given you, a name or two.
Yeah, okay.
Of that worked for you. But
Well, then I would have just told them to either contact them if they were closer, like friends, or they knew a person who knew a person, or if I could just go to the library and say, hey,
so
anybody, part-time, anybody who's interested that comes into the library and has some extra time and wants to go research some stuff for me, I am available to spend some money.
So there's, you spend about an hour here, and he passes you off to somebody not as important as himself. He tends to stay at the front, and you've been here before. You know that's kind of the typical fare. And the person seems completely intrigued by your request, particularly the beneficent sacrifice. That's not a common subject. There's literally, one small. It's not even a book. It's more of a manuscript on the subject, and there's been, a couple noted cases where something has been done, and it's saved someone's life. In some cases, it has atoned someone's soul in another. And then there was another who actually sacrificed himself and cleansed the land of a plague or a curse. Although there is a small script that says that this is like 90%, possible. It's could be just a legend. And then, what was the other subject you were looking at?
The other subject was different stories and
about the heroes. That's right.
And heroes that recently dead heroes.
Yeah, that's there's probably half a dozen volumes that are collected, and you'll get some tales of mighty heroes, some that are far flung, as books have been gotten from Dralic or whatever have you. So it's like, you literally have to go to the other side of the world to see where they're buried. There are places that there are literal monuments where the remains and last possessions of these heroes. The world has had many ages, and some of these great sites have had towns and wars literally just trampled over top of them. So rinse, recycle, repeat, a lot of that same kind of stuff.
Some place where 300 years ago this hero perished, but now there's a guy's mansion probably 5 feet from where this guy died, and
of course you of course know the tales of the founding fathers of Gryphongaffe, and where they fell was
was that 70 years ago?
Well, at this point in time it was 63.
Aside one, I would be interested in those as well, definitely, yes.
But that's a week's ride away up in the Orc-laden mountains where they fell. And you just wanted to go play in the woods?
Pretty much.
All right, so you go play fetch and catch and whatever have you with Dargan.
Roll D20 and hug that tree. That's
He probably turns into a hawk and they go flying in and out of the leaves of the trees and branches and play their typical foresty games.
Pulls up at the last second and
That's a different game. All right, so did I cover everything? No, I got to get back to you with Catherine.
we can call it done with the dinner, but
Was there something you guys wanted to do it at the dinner?
not really. She seemed to max out her information, and since elves only need to transfer 4 hours, I got all night to set up my gig and jam.
Okay.
But it seems that what Henri should do is contact, after he politely excuses himself from the proper company, go visit his contact in Gryphongaffe.
Okay.
Ooh.
So he'll go to Galeazzi's Fine Goods and meet with the owner and proprietor, Monteja Galeazzi.
And what race is Montaliano?
I don't know.
That doesn't.
ASMR?
That doesn't. ASMRs are very very unknown in these parts.
Galeata, what was it again?
Monteja Galeazzi.
So that's.
You tell me what race.
I'm gonna say it's a half elf because it's not quite
Half-elf? Okay.
not quite human, but there's not a whole lot
Monteja
of.
Galeazzi. I was thinking he was halfling, actually.
Okay, I can go for that.
Yes. So Monteja Galeazzi, he is the proprietor of this very fine goods store. You can get anything you want for your mansion, for your library, but that's just the front because he's actually one of the premier fences and pawn shops for the city,
Nice.
with connections deep into the underworld.
Okay.
So, if anyone's going to know what's going on, he'll either know or he'll know who I need to talk to.
So you walked out, Dave, as I explained some stuff to Mark. Did I get anything wrong with what I was telling Mark?
What did you tell him?
I was you snickered at when I was talking about people supposedly turning into Dragonborn.
Oh yeah, no, that's perfect.
Okay, all right.
I'm not into dragon.
Well,
Smelly dragonboard.
Okay. That's gonna be
it is smelly Dragonborn, but yeah. All right, so So, Montaliala?
Montasia.
Montasia.
Montasia Galeazzi.
Got ya. Ah, jeez.
Take that, Balanessa, or whatever his name is.
Adelasalar.
Yeah.
He's best of most severity. He can't even pronounce his own NPCs now.
All right, so
Card is our secret weapon.
the halfling. So, what brings you to our fine city?
So far north.
The needs of the matron mother brings me to the city. What else? Let us speak privately.
You guys are already into that.
All right, so
Did he say lettuce?
Yes, what's the lettuce you speak privately?
lettuce. Yes, we're gonna have salad while we speak privately.
Sorry.
So, Henri will talk to Montasia about. He'd heard rumors about these death sticks. What's going on with that?
Right. So, as always, he pulls out, the tray of wine and cheese and crackers. That is your typical fare. He's more into the cheese, and he carefully puts his feet up to the side so that the feet and the cheese are not, too near each other.
Competing.
Doesn't want to seem impolite.
Well, everyone knows that the smellier the cheese is, the better it tastes. But
So, there's a lot that's been happening in this crazy town, and fortunately, it's not making for good business. So, the information that I have is there's a group that's come into town, and they're selling a thing called dank or stank or something along those lines, and it's these quills that you literally stab yourself with and allow the drug to enter your system. And it's exactly that. It's an addictive thing that after so long it seems to start transforming people into these stinky, scaly reptiles.
he transforms them into the Dragonborn? Or is this just a nasty approximation?
I would say closer to a nasty approximation.
Scaly humanoids. Disgusting.
Komodo dragons.
Much less intimidating.
How long has this been going on? Are we involved? And are we profiting from it?
No. This is, like I said, this is bad for business. No, there isn't a way in that I've found for us to get any kind of credit off of it, and the people who would technically be either buying or helping trade are throwing money into this nonsense.
But we do not know who this outside group is, where they came from.
I'm losing so much money that I can't throw more into investigating it.
There's 1,000 gold. Make it happen.
Done.
We need to find out, take over, or exterminate. Those are the options. What of these attacks on these dwarves? Is disrupting the security of the city.
Well, that unfortunately, we don't have many dwarven customers. The fine goods that we have here don't seem to spark true to the dwarves.
It is too delicate, I understand.
Honestly, no one's been killed. Dwarves get back up. They're fine.
They get back up.
What of this funny sigil? He'll draw on it. I don't know.
The graffiti, it's an annoyance at best.
Yeah, that.
It hasn't bothered us. It hasn't decreased or increased trade. haven't got anything to
Out of
worry about.
character, can you see if there's any connection between the sticks and the symbol, the new symbol?
And the attacks and the blood cultists.
Well, no, I think we're out of character. Correct me if I'm not following. It does not look like the sticks are connected to the blood cultists. It's a new, distinct threat in the city.
Well, as far as we know.
Right.
No.
All evidence does point to the two things being disconnected.
We've been dealing with Narcissus for a long time, and I just don't see that as a. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not their style.
Correct.
All right. So we're dealing with the graffiti. See if you can connect that to the sticks, and then to the quills, and then what was the other threat that you mentioned?
Well, there's three threats. There's the attacks on the dwarves, there's the attacks on the walls, and then there's the attacks on the people with the quills.
With the quills, okay. Yeah,
So-
go right ahead. Thank
So
you.
far, we've found out about the quills,
Yeah.
somewhat, but we don't know where that
More
threat
than
is
we
starting.
did. Absolutely.
The attacks on the dwarves, well, he doesn't have a lot of input into the dwarven world, and that seems to be more his line of inquiry. And the graffiti, he doesn't seem to know diddly squat about.
Thank you.
Because that, so these, the sabotage is only on the wall of the city, is not about, not on houses, not on personal property.
No. It seems to be directed, like focused at the wall.
The walls is that the dwarves built.
Yes.
And the dwarves are being attacked by, we don't know now?
Correct.
We have a
Je ne sais
diverse
quoi?
community.
Well,
Perhaps it is somebody who does not like the dwarves.
perhaps.
It's all pointing back
Well,
to the seer, eyeless seer.
probably. Well,
It's actually a secret club.
well then, I will have to collect
Spoken
information
secret
that you
club,
cannot
says.
collect more directly. Well, name a tavern where I can sing tonight, and perhaps my ears will pick up some more information.
So he slides you a name. We have an inn here, and it just so happens that they're completely free of entertainment for the evening.
Very good. So Henri will go there and charm the bartender owner into letting him perform, and he'll wow the audience with his skills, and then
Play bagpipes.
oh no, heavy metal.
He busts out his axe.
I'll bust out my axe and start playing, and the drinks will flow freely thanks to an anonymous drink buyer. And then once people are properly lubricated, he'll be subtly trying to collect information about who's been attacking the dwarves and who's responsible for the graffiti.
You get one solid answer. Ask your question.
One thing.
You guys for the name of the group or something like that?
You get other bits of tidbits that could potentially lead into leads, but you got one solid question that's a bona fide.
Actually, he also wants to know about blood cultists. So the most important thing is the blood cultists. So the solid piece of information he wants is what's going on with the re-infiltration of the city by blood cultists.
It was never properly wiped out. There was a
Sounds like an accusation.
high-ranking member of the nobles that laid undercover, used proxies, and has kept it alive this entire time. And his job from the get-go was to just never be found.
Wait, he's a member of the...
He's a noble within the city, and his job was to keep the cult alive without ever really getting anything linked back to him.
So
Do we
he's
have the
the
name?
agent provocateur.
No.
Not
don't
if he
have
did his job.
But we know he's a noble in the city, and how many of them are there, really?
And he was to keep, and he kept the Narcissus cult going.
All right. That's good. Because that's out of character. that's more on track with the overall quest of the adventure.
Okay.
But if he gets any tidbits about who's behind the quills, who's behind the attacks, and who's behind the graffiti, that'd be great.
Well, there's a couple leads that you can.
And if there's any interconnections.
Quills, graffiti, and cultists, you have nothing that points to interconnectivity.
Okay.
You would put money on them being separate things.
So the information is that they're separate. Interesting.
That's a
Quills,
clue you
graffiti,
can work on.
and blood cultists are separate. Interesting. But not the attack on the dwarves. I noticed that you did not include that as a separate thing.
I did not.
So that's connected to something,
Whether that was or was not.
maybe.
You brought up 3 things. I said they were definitively separate.
Okay.
Well, that's really important to know.
Okay.
Everything can't be all interconnected.
Why
It's just
not?
too easy.
Or could it?
What?
Or could it? And most importantly, he really rocks out.
Oh, of course.
He's about to play Stairway though, and then see the sign.
They're like, you can go ahead. Go ahead. You can.
Good. Sounds good.
All
Then
right.
he'll transfer 4 hours at his luxury suite with his luxury suite
Nice.
partner.
Nice. Very nice.
The best that money can buy. I mean, really, the best that money can buy.
All right.
His
so
name is
is
Jim, the
there
Love Doctor.
anything else that needs
Her name
to
is
transpire?
Jenfell, the seamstress.
She's like 90.
You have no idea. how
Yeah,
this
but that's
goes.
young for him, isn't
For
it?
me, I mean, well, I'm 332. She's nothing.
Once those teeth come out, it's on.
Oh, I know. My filter managed to stop that from coming out.
Wow, Dave. All right. So, morning.
Vampire?
Maybe.
Let's go with that.
Let's
Let's go with that. And by 90, I meant 900.
So actually, can we gather at whatever place has the at the good bread to get breakfast?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
absolutely. I won't wake up either of them when I get...
Can we assume? Is there any information that anyone got that they don't share with the group?
Well, my private accounts of my business.
Where I got my information, all
That's
my
fair.
information was
Right,
definitely gotten at the tavern.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So can we assume? So we all know the situations.
Yeah,
I am also
he
going.
He lets you know how fun it is to be a hawk.
I am also going to share that Trisgar wishes me to go see him, and that. But then I just want to jump in.
At this point, can't you just teleport there?
The problem. So let's begin. So Uthengar, I desperately wish to go to see Trisgar, but we have a massive problem. This is our town. We have built this town. We've literally aided with building the walls. We have defended it from the very beginning. We slew the mayor to put in our own mayor.
Executed.
And now
Lawfully.
there are... not only do we have the blood cultists, we now have beings dealing these quills within the city.
Dwarves.
I do not believe we should go after the unicorn. We should not go to Trisgar. We should root them out, hang them publicly, and then destroy the rest with all due haste and vigor.
You just napalm the
But
city.
perhaps this is all just a distraction.
Yes, I feel
This
like
is our town. They are literally harming our people.
Your people.
Yes. Henri,
What do you mean your people?
you have traveled with us. Have you not shed blood with us? They are your people as well now.
I have just entered your city, and it is a fine little city.
I don't remember him getting hit by anything.
Ever.
He's watched plenty of blood be shed.
Boken steps up and says, "Yes, I think we should kill them all."
No surprise.
Fun fact.
Thank you, Boken. At least there's one sound mind here.
Yeah.
I see you are back to your usual self. I was a little surprised last night when you were so gracious with your introductions.
Well, I wouldn't want to scare her to death.
I feel like there is a yet.
Yet.
Well, no, when she says it, like she says it with a smile, almost like, yeah, I could have done that.
Come to think about it, maybe next time. All right.
Well, I understand your desire to protect the town. This place is... Gryphongaffe is my home. I've been away from Graython Gulch for over 5 decades.
So you agree with me? We, with all due haste, we need to find one of these quill people and then publicly slay them and seek out the rest.
Or we could use
I
it.
feel that
And
the
root
greater
this
threat...
evil from our city.
I believe the greater threat to Gryphongaffe is Narcitus.
And
in
we
fact,
shall leave our
zero.
people subject to these horrible quill dealers within our own walls?
We're going to have faith in Harak.
We have to find the den and fireball them.
Yes. Faith in Harak. Clearly, Gryphongaffe has become worse because of our absence.
That could be argued, or perhaps the forces of Narcitus grow stronger.
Speaking of the forces
As
of
we found to stop him.
Narcitus, certainly you have heard of the phrase winning the battle and losing the war. We may win the battle of Gryphongaffe, but lose the war of the entire world being dominated by a blood demon.
What have we become? This very last night, we captured a blood cultist within our own city, and now he sits unkilled within our own prison walls, and we're about to leave again as we know the Gryphongaffe people are suffering a new terrible attack upon them through these quills.
Good point.
Do we do nothing?
You bring up a good point, my friend. We are to interrogate him in the morning, but first we must go by Evanwinds.
We kill him now publicly as one of the quill dealers.
We
Kills
cannot
two
do
birds
that.
with one
Can I do
stone.
We cannot execute him unless the council orders his death.
It is Lyndon. He will do it at our request by 9 a.m.
Let us speak
We
to
should
Lyndon.
still interrogate him first.
We should certainly
Should
speak to Lyndon. And in fact, we should speak not only to Lyndon, but we should be introduced to all of the nobles. All of the nobles of the town. Especially with your keen
He will
sight.
be able to see him.
I know
What
much.
matter it is the pawns that you exterminate when we can take the king.
Perhaps I could organize some kind of party.
That sounds like a most
And then we fireball.
excellent idea.
Well,
I get it.
selectively.
But Boken looked very excited for a moment.
I was definitely just taunting Boken with that.
She looks dejected.
Yes. With my contacts within the city, I'm sure we can organize the nobles. I've had quite a long talk with many of them. I do not believe. Well, I mean, I have some that I disagree with and some that I just do not like because they are abrasive. But I would say that I have not met any that make me think they are in league with these people. But I guess that is why they have not been discovered yet.
Scott, Boken, who usually is at your side, she kind of leans in and says, "If he's in league with the nobles, do we trust Arbalason?"
Oh, we trust Arbalason with our lives.
Okay.
He's not an NPC.
Indeed.
I've saved this guy so many times.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's whispering to him.
Yes, I'll
Yeah.
say.
You've certainly already looked at all of us and found
and I'll say
none
yes.
of us except your
say.
reflection to be contaminated.
Yeah.
The
So-
bond is that we
Getting distracted.
spill blood together and shed blood together. Our own and others. And that Arbalason has met that criteria for friendship.
But I wonder if we're spilling blood, are we serving Narcitus?
Oh no.
Isn't that his wishes?
No.
Isn't that what they do? They spill blood?
No. There are
Look.
You've just convinced her she's a blood cultist and she's
there are rightful killings and there are wrongful killings.
But doesn't it all serve the Master of Blood?
Do I not see the truth? You've
I am sorry, my master.
settled yourself.
You gather that, like, she's torn, but she spoke out of turn.
No, that's right. Yes. But I will encourage her. I'll say, thank you for sharing your thoughts. I am always eager to hear
Gotta
them.
take her back down to the red room.
So while they're whispering,
Yes. So while that exchange is going on,
House Rodaris.
50 Shades
That
of
is where your
Mason.
invitation will be sent.
House or Death.
Specifically avoided any of that.
That's why
So
she's
you're
so
saying
upset.
that there may be someone within House Rodaris?
Narkitas has many hands in this city, but Solarian of House Rodaris is his pockets.
What?
So we already. So you know of this then?
Yes.
I guess I should have just asked you.
What? I'm sorry, I was eating my baguette. Since we're at a bread shop, I imagine,
Oh, yes.
in one of the private rooms. What was that?
It's the bread shop.
Well, it has gotten massive. Like he's moved.
They've got a
places
VIP room.
twice.
You
A cup
say
of clava.
we've already exchanged details. We've already exchanged the details of our events from yesterday, so I know that you think that somebody is funding them. That you were told that specifically, correct? Your character was told that somebody is keeping them afloat, a noble.
Yes, Henri will tell you that the reason that there are any blood cultists is that there is a high-ranking blood cultist whose only job is to never be detected and to make sure that there are blood cultists in the city, and that high-ranking person is, in fact, a noble of the city of Gryphongaffe, if I am remembering correctly. So, that's what Lucky shares with the group.
And he, in turn, says that noble that you're speaking of is.
Yes, if there is a noble you're looking for, I know it to be Solarium of House Rodaris. He has been keeping them afloat, even after the town has been incompletely cleansed.
How do you know this?
I've done my research.
Then why is he still alive?
I've researched many people.
Then why are they still alive? The question still stands.
Most of them aren't.
So,
He was whisked away from his mission by magic and.
Yeah, I
sent-
was dealing with a different kingdom at that moment.
well, if my information is correct and your information is correct, then we should act upon it.
Indeed.
So he
There
has
is no need for a party, which is very sad to me.
You can always make a party of one.
So we know the name of
I
the
sigh
noble.
deeply.
Apparently, it's Solarium of the
Solarium
House.
of House Rodaris.
So,
Rodaris.
Master Dwarf, as you recounted to us earlier how you took in the last blood cultist that you two identified, we cannot do the same to a noble of a house who has way more backing than some kind of garrisoned soldier.
Really? And you see the reflection of a fireball in my one eye, my one gray eye.
Well, and actually, one of the things I think, as the Eyeless Seer, I will be speaking, one thing we cannot do is we cannot simply stab them or kill them. We've done enough of that. We need to destroy. We need to use a much broader option, destroying property, destroying all servants. We must make it clear that there is zero tolerance for any of Narkitas' ways within these walls. We must
So if
show
there's a
force at a
housemaid
level we have never
suckling
shown
her
force
babe
before.
at her breast in the basement, and you bring the whole house down. It's okay.
It is for the greater good.
Kill all the innocents
Yes.
of an entire planet. Oh, no, different game.
I understand your zeal, Eyeless Seer. I'm trying to remember your name. I'm saying it, but I do not believe that we can do things like that. Like I said, a noble of a house is going to have trappings within the city that go well beyond just simple guards and money.
But we were reasonable before,
Master.
and now we have the quills as well.
But
Master,
this was the one.
Master, the answers are in the deck. You have not consulted.
It's indeed true.
Good point.
Well, it's just- before you consult the deck, this is the head of the snake. In this instance, in this city. So
How would you proceed?
I feel that if we can entrap them and bend them to us in some way, unless they are wholly gone over, then we'll have to figure out. I mean, there has to be papers. People. I know people do business in dark alleys, but others do business with paper and quill. So perhaps there is much to learn by not burning down the house with everyone in it.
But if this one is so clever, there's probably very little trail to follow.
Well, then there are ways to interrogate him with great magic, I'm sure.
I appreciate your advice. Thank you, Boken. You are correct. I shall test the value of your words through the Taroka deck. I
turn around.
It is the two of stars, the diviner. It says you speak with the purest wisdom. We shall follow your plan.
Well, that is some of us. What all do you think of this plan of not exterminating?
Not to burn down noblemen's houses. I agree with that
and
plan.
to apply.
But you have a different plan.
Apply our pressure in other ways that entrap him until we can either capture him and interrogate him.
I am just happy the Eyeless Seer did not draw the jackass.
The comment.
So I just look at you, as am I. So I turn away from the Eyeless Seer, and
Our justice must be swift but thorough. We
and it
can
must be justice, not vigilantism.
What do you suppose we do? If we cannot drag him through the streets, just let him remain in his house? Grandor Sunforged does not care for your coin purse. He will see justice done.
Yes, and I believe that the full tally of one's works, good or ill, must be what you judge your justice and your judgment on. So if we do not know anything except that he is the sleeper in this city for Narkitis, then we do not know much at all except that is all that we know. We are assuming the rest.
So then the jailhouses shall settle
So
this
you
claim.
are interested in from whom he takes his orders,
as well as how he repopulated, reseeded.
Well, once you cut the head off the snake will die. So there is merit in removing that, but how to do so, that may take finesse.
Yes. But in this case, this snake rests within a tree.
Can we not just confront him? I mean...
That was what I was thinking.
Merely the presence and accusation will root out, and without the cover, doesn't that take the snake's head just as easily?
This woman's finally speaking my language.
Oh, to expose him, but we have no proof other than your unexplained research and my very reliable information.
The lizard said he used to belong to the cult.
Who?
Me.
Yeah.
The lizard.
Oh. Not the frog.
Dragonborn, Bokens. Dragonborn. They are sentients, just as you and I are.
Oh, I know he's sentient. He speaks, doesn't he?
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, so does your ice creature, but...
Indeed. Ice and speaks as well. Good point. Go ahead.
She kind of goes over and pats Ison on the head.
Yes.
Good point. Kind of.
So, is our plan, as I understand it, to...
I've yet to hear a plan myself.
Yes, to address this noble and tell him that we believe he is evil?
We must know what kind of trappings he is residing within. So, for example, we see how many guards does he have? Do we even know that? Are we just going to walk up and say, oh, we are the heroes of the town, we ousted the last mayor, chopped his head off because he was a blood cultist, we've stopped blood cultists in the area, and now we're knocking on your door. If he is truly the blood cultist...
Excellent. Arbalason has a plan.
In this area...
So, didn't you say that you're a noble, can't noble talk to noble, and have a nice fake conversation as nobles are tend to do, and gather the information by these boring words?
I was smiling like you smile at a child before she said that, and then my smile went away.
Perhaps she has a point. Would it not be civilized to request a audience with this noble, from noble to noble, and you can just come with we will escort you.
Outside of his money's protection, of course. I'm planning on a trap. If we need to keep him, I'm very willing to just drag him to the jailhouse.
No. We could catch him once he leaves his manse. I'm sure he does at some point. Bind him, gag him, take him somewhere to our old hideout.
That's right.
And interrogate him there. And it could just be a simple case of he just disappeared.
I could sneak in his
There's
house.
a lot of us.
Huh?
There's a lot of us.
Well, we don't all have to be there.
Oh,
I could sneak into his house as a mouse and then like beat the crap out of him. If you want me to.
What if
Not a bad
we
idea.
have two groups here? Some of us, the more capable at arms, could arrest him while he is with a warrant from Hemsworthy or something. We could arrest him under the suspicion that he's a blood cultist leader. The rest.
This isn't a warrant. This is a receipt from Everyone's Bread.
Into the hood you go. And then the rest of us could enter his house under that same type of warrant. We could gather papers and documents and other things, and since you seem to have been investigating the blood cultists so much, you could be there
I suspect it didn't really work like this in medieval times.
You could do this
Suppose not.
where
Knock
you
down the
go
door.
and you're going to anybody you see within the building will gather all the servants that are on together, and anybody that you see that you know as a blood cultist would be you would help us oust them so they could be taken away for questioning.
I look to my.
We already
dwarf-
do have one for questioning.
I look to my dwarf friend who I have seen his capabilities against the blood cultists. Will you make sure the job is done?
I did with the last mayor.
Then you have my blessing, and that of Grandar. I extend to shake the hand.
Oh,
Well,
Leave you hanging.
what you are asking for is you wish to meet with him first? Is that correct?
No, I think perhaps we should just.
snatch and grab.
I do not feel that I'm going to get an easy audience with him if he is.
Should we use terraces, wait for him to come outside of his own manse and attack him then?
That may be the best plan of action.
Yes, agreed.
I think I have a plan.
yeah.
It might work.
So what is it, boy?
So I turn into a mouse and then like go in, sneak in somehow, however way I can do that. And then we have Lyndon or someone that like he would know and be like, hey, that's cool. I only have a conversation with him or something. And then like when he opens the door, I kind of like transform into something bigger and then like push him out. And then that's when you guys like grab him and then yeah.
Well, to go back to the party idea, if we know exactly when and where he's going to be leaving his manse, for instance, a mandatory party, then that's a setup for an ambush.
He could get arrested on the way there.
Indeed.
Or it could be a fake party.
Or we could
Well, it
drug
could
him.
certainly be a big, real party. But
Yes, absolutely be a real
Right.
party.
The question is, when, if ever, is he going to leave his manse? Well, if only we could guarantee there was a reason for him to do so.
How about we find out about him, right? He's a noble in the town, so what can we find out, like, talking to people?
Well, if we investigate, what more do we need to know? At this point, we know our next step.
No, I just want to know, like, his natural behavior in town. Like,
Perhaps how many guards he has.
yeah, I don't care about that. I've got a lot of fireball spells.
Yeah. So it seems like there's two options. We can trick him out of his house, ambush him, and interrogate him, or we can enter the front gate of the castle
Well,
and just
that's
go.
kind of my point. If we kind of just, find out about him a little bit, we could find out how easy it is to ambush him.
I think the invitation to the party would be plenty sufficient.
Yeah, but we're like, let's have a party and ambush him that way. But like, it turns out he never leaves his mansion, or
but
maybe he
he's a
has a
noble.
set routine that he does every day. Like, these are things we could probably just find out. Some of them with just a few questions.
Do you want me to set Dargan on watch?
Yeah,
Like
you could definitely
invisible?
set Dargan on watch and have him fly around.
It's a great idea.
Invisible.
So Dargan right now.
You could sneak in the house as a mouse and follow him around.
It's true.
Well, but we should all be strapped, ready to go immediately. Because if Dargan says, "Oh, he's heading out now," we should take him 500 feet outside of his manse and.
Well, he probably always travels with.
And then, like, you guys, you guys, the elves, not you, could the other house could basically mingle in the upper echelons of society and kind of like quietly ask about him and find out what his deal is. Because I figure like a week.
He's a noble too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he beats
true.
things up.
Yeah, but he's been slumming it a long time.
See this? See this, Steve?
The noble of profession.
I thought
of bounty
doesn't he
hunter?
have the Outlander background?
No, he's a noble.
Oh,
Are
you,
you out? You're a
No,
merchant.
I do have not bounty hunter. But
Oh,
I'm a noble, technically.
Oh, you have the noble background?
Yeah. I just bought merchanting basically, and took skills that were appropriate.
Wow, nice.
he used to be a noble. I don't know what happened.
I don't pay the fee.
it's all in your head. So I'm saying we could just take a week and just kind of scout things out
A week.
of reconnaissance. Yeah. This guy has been here for years. What's a week? What's another week?
Lots of other crazy stuff.
Because
Five
you've
more
played your
cultists.
hand.
Oh, that's true. We did kind of like take out Trog.
Yeah. So as soon as he finds out,
Never
that
mind.
have
We
a
fireball the
bloodhound-
mansion at dawn.
As soon as he finds out that we have a bloodhound,
You said that was a bad idea, right?
eat feet.
Are you in for that?
I'm
now?
not in for that, but I'm just gonna heal and clean up the mess.
I mean, like, if we position ourselves, like, within buildings that are close to his manse or whatever, and then, like, we have Dargan make sure, like, to let me know when he...
We did kind of drag his guy through town.
I am of
Take him
average
out.
intelligence, and I've never known a noble to pass up a party.
Yeah. But I do agree that we have
Our
like...
friend here knows how to invite him as so to oblige.
Yeah, but they already know that we took Trog.
Yeah, and that
So-
I'm
so
been
he's-
seen with.
So the rabbit's going to go into the hole.
Arbalason, are you opposed to Terrace's plan?
What
Which
was
would be to
his
wait
plan?
for him to
The
come
capture
out
of him.
and be
Well, he
positioned.
may not leave now that he's seen that
But at least
someone
we
has
can
been
wait
found
and
out.
give it a try.
Well, if the mayor invites you
Whatever happened to this warrant? Did
to
we
an
get this warrant?
obligatory party,
The warrant
How
for
can you
arrest? I
refuse?
think that would be the most direct approach. Just
Yes.
walk to his front door, knock, and say, "Yes, I have this paper. Let's go."
Well, Lyndon has
have this
made a
receipt.
point of speaking with the nobles to curry their favor for the purposes of making sure they're on the same page as far as the town's growth is concerned.
and there certainly is a reason to have or call a meeting of nobles because he's returned, and so it would be just right and proper for him to call the nobles and speak with them with a nobles' council. Would it not? If you
So,
don't want to do the party act.
Rogar,
Either way, you got to get him out of the house.
I think that would be a better way to get him out of the house.
you
There you
know
go.
the blood cultists.
I do.
Do they know you?
That remains to be seen.
Do they know him? Like,
Some will, absolutely. I mean,
yeah,
he's,
like how obvious is he amongst the blood cultists? He's a
Like, runs right
dragonborn.
in.
he's a dragonborn, but he's not used to walking around in plate armor, so that does kind of disguise some of it. And, the dragonborn aren't exactly super common. I mean, they're definitely having more of a presence now, so there is kind of that bit, well, don't they all look the same by a lot of people?
Anonymity. It's great.
So does his plate armor have a plate tail, or is it just tucked
He doesn't
in?
have a tail.
Doesn't have a tail.
Dragonborn don't have tails.
Sure they do.
We've had this debate many times.
I think they should, but they don't.
Tieflings have tails still?
Tieflings have
Tieflings
tails.
have tails.
Lizard folk have tails. Kobolds have tails. Dragonborn don't
Our
have tails.
gobblos, they keep insulting our dragonborn for not having tails. They keep calling them lizard men without tails.
Wow.
It's
Or
terrible.
kobolds. Descended from kobolds, or kobolds are descended from them, one or the other. Forget which one they decided on.
I don't see a tail.
I know Solarium. He's a shrewd noble,
Well, you do know.
and I know of him. He is a shrewd noble and cannot be trusted.
That that took a lot of work to get that name. And there are some people who
How many Bothans had to die?
no boffins.
So, I,
There's a whole movie about
the
it.
Eyeless Seer, have been told by the Troca deck that Arbalason sees true on this. He is not opposed to Taris's plan. I am not opposed to Taris's plan. Uthengar and Henri, do either of you oppose this?
I'm not opposed to his plan.
What was Terrace's plan?
Wait for him to come out, attack him immediately.
My concern is that he's going the ground because he's heard of Trog's capture.
Do we know what he looks like?
So you do oppose Terrace's plan.
He's human.
I just don't know that it'll work. I don't know that he's going to come out.
Here.
Good looking.
I approve of a modified. It'd be
6 foot-
great
6
to
foot
attack him
tall,
when he comes out. But
well-dressed.
it'd be better to know when he's coming out.
Understood. Okay.
Or to make it imperative that he comes out. And hence my suggestions for either Lyndon calling a council of nobles or Lyndon having a welcome back Lyndon party
Hey, does
with
anybody have...
mandatory attendance by nobles.
Yes, nobles trifle over the silliest things. I'm sure
That
we
is a
can get him to
combination.
worry.
That is Terrace's plan.
It's Terrace's
with a
plan
modification.
fundamentally with a Henri flourish.
I like it.
Rogar, do you think it should be Lyndon calling the council or Lyndon? What was the second one?
Party.
Or the party?
Welcome back Lyndon party. Or welcome back Heroes of Gryphongaffe party. And there's a reason why we're all there. And I'll provide entertainment. I get a gig out of this. Oh, it's such a beautiful plan.
The party or the council? What think you, Rogar?
Arbaleson, my friend. You have spent time in circles of the
I
rich.
vote for party. Obviously.
If you were to help Lyndon invite all of the town's nobles to a gathering, could I trust you to make it obligatory for each and every noble to attend?
I cannot move other nobles' passions and things if they do not wish to come out because they want to feign illness or because they are worried about being slugged in the streets and dragged away. Then it would have to be something where it would hurt too much to risk. It would be a risk to stay home. So
What kind of business does he run?
A call from Lyndon, the mayor, would probably be the best way to do it. And if he happened to throw a party in his happy halfling manner, then I could say that would be
What if...
kind of like doubled together. That would be like
Maybe better than a party. What if Lyndon was to throw or call to all the nobles, the most loyal citizens of Gryphongaffe, because he was going to unveil the greatest threat that Gryphongaffe has ever known, and all who they care for and beloved this city would have to attend.
That's the meeting.
Yeah, that meeting. A party, like, you can obligatory kind of like wave that away, but duty is another matter. We must call to them in a way that will call them out if their absence will be damning.
My only question would be, would we fight him within Lyndon's home? That could be quite costly for Lyndon.
No, it'd take them on the way there.
Agreed.
Party would be way more fun. She got pouts.
Oh.
So
Well, if
I
she
believe-
thinks a party's a great idea, then scratch that right.
reassessing.
We should ask Boken what she thinks the best idea is. And
she
then
said fire.
just list it top to bottom. And whatever the last possible choice is, that's what we should do.
Think
we have a
about
plan.
it. We'd get food, dancing,
I'm all for
killing. I mean, come on. It's like the triumvirate.
that would be a good
Nobles
party.
dying everywhere.
Think of the glory.
There'll be killings. Don't worry.
Now, with your special vision, are you able to see where on their body the mark of Narkitas is?
It's moreover just a general blemish on the soul.
That's too much. That's too bad.
I'm sure a thorough search could find them without any need for special sight.
It
Didn't you
sounds-
say that all those who accept service have the mark somewhere?
They do.
Didn't you show us yours?
They do. And you do not need special sight to see mine.
No, but being able to say, yes, your mark is on your left buttock, and there it is, would be most impressive. And rather less embarrassing than stripping nobles one by one.
Couldn't we just
Depending on the noble.
strip them down? That could be fun.
Again, what we were not going to do.
You think it's a good idea?
Be fun.
All right. Scratch that one.
I used to think you were fun.
You rejected all of my advances. You obviously are very poor taste.
You're truly,
It sounds like we do
disturbed
have
woman.
a plan. We shall be bringing him out by Lyndon sending an announcement that he will be announcing that he will be an invitation to come to his home to hear the announcement of Gryphogaffe's greatest threat.
So he tells the nobles that Selenium, or whatever his name is a bad guy, or we kill him.
Correct. No, wait.
Yeah, it's just like that. So we capture him.
We capture him.
Did you say I could kill somebody today?
Go ahead, Arbalason. Please tell us.
Would it be all right if Boken did this task for me? And it's important. I need some paperwork from the library.
Of course. There is paperwork that is needed from the library, eh? Boken.
Yeah.
Ison will go with you.
You said I could kill someone today.
We will get there.
The day is still early.
Although,
Quickly.
ambushing him on the way to this meeting, taking him somewhere, stripping him, finding the mark, bringing him, revealing the mark in front of all the other nobles.
Right on the buttock.
Now that is just, and then let them decide what will be done.
I agree.
We're just
Let the nobles kill him.
expediting justice. What do you think about that?
As long as we can find where his tendrils go before we take him off and remove him from the board.
Sure.
Feels
There's
so much
ways
nicer
of-
here now.
There's
As soon
ways
as Boken
of
leaves, I'm like,
there's ways of making him talk.
do a little stretching. Do a little stretching. I visibly relax.
All right, now that we. So is this the plan we're going with?
This is the plan.
Yes, the
In truth,
modified.
I think coming up
The
with
amalgamation of all the plans.
any plan at this point would be a great plan.
Agreed. Yeah, let's move forward with it. All right. Capture it is. Capture the
So
flag.
you on pig or not on pig, Dave?
The pig I will stable.
Keep it letting
So
send
in
Boken
review,
away.
we're going to ask Lyndon to call an emergency meeting to reveal a great threat to Gryphongaffe, and all nobles must attend, or else be
Ousted.
Well, I think that goes
ousted
like-
as in league with this great. There we go. In league with this great threat. Thereby, anyone that doesn't show up is automatically guilty.
And I don't think we even need to say that.
yeah, I don't think you
goes
say that.
unsaid.
No, it has to be said very much in public.
No,
But
not for
no,
nobles.
this
They'll-
is how
they'll
you
get
do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you-
You say to reveal the threat, and then but at the same time you release the rumor that anyone that doesn't show up is the true threat.
Exactly.
I will handle the rumor.
That only, what is it?
Nice.
Honest and trustworthy and forthright. How would you say? Basically, we're going to suspect you if you don't show up.
Right.
Yeah.
Any who do not show up must be in league with
They
this
must be
great
guilty.
threat.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. Oh, I love it. I'll speak to.
Could you imagine if someone were to
Galeazzi
not
to make
show
sure that
up?
rumor is spread?
And then outwardly you speak to the vanity of the nobles and their importance.
Yes. Oh, I love it. And then,
Not so
then we just have to be ready to ambush this guy and
Are
his
you,
bodyguards.
Are you spending any coin to get the rumor flaring?
Sure.
We spend all of Lyndon's.
How much does it take to get a rumor going? I think I'll spend my gambling money on it. $200.
200 space
I'll-
bucks.
Is that? I don't
That's
know.
more than enough. You can
Yeah.
actually just spend 100.
I'll take 100 of that as well. So I'll split that with you. You don't have to put that all on yourself.
No, I'm not giving you $100.
I'm giving you 100.
Got it. All right. So there you go. That should be easy rumor to do.
I don't know if you still go back or not. So
And then in the meantime we have Dargan and him staking out the house.
Yes.
Right,
And-
so how quickly are you trying to set up this meeting?
Well, it's morning,
Tonight.
and the meeting should probably happen in the. I don't know. When would you?
Like
have
the
a meeting?
next day or something.
Well, there has to be a party after the meeting.
It
It'll be
should,
right before the
it
party.
should be a few days. It's really hard to get
Set that up that fast.
to set it up that fast.
Whatever. As
What-
long as
you
it
know
gets
what?
done.
About 3 days.
So here's the deal. This is what we do. Jean-Ric and
Arbalation, they would actually naturally know how to navigate these things.
Absolutely.
And we will just go with whatever they say is best.
There you go.
All right.
Whatever works. Yes. Absolutely.
They would know how long it would take to set up, the meeting, get the word to everybody, spread the rumor.
Oh, Henri is
So,
an expert in how
to
long
get
it takes
the
to rumor.
rumor spread, the meeting set up, nobles clear their schedules. I'll tell you, it's probably best done in 3 days.
Perfect.